important and confidential. Dear Mr. Lowe, we regret to inform you that your uncle, Clyde has passed away. Please contact us to discuss funeral arrangements, as well as a convenient time for a will reading. You have been named as the sole beneficiary. Signed, Mr. Clock of Fumble, Bumble, Dawdle and Clock Solicitors. So his dear old Uncle Clyde has snuffed it, has he? He will be sad.
And now it's time for our daily food quiz.
Oh, I like this one.
What is the name of the famous beef dish which shares its name with a type of farmyard footwear?
Wellington.
What cheese could also mean a blindfolded horse?
Mascarpone. Hello, mate. No, I can't today, I'm afraid. I've got to go and see my Uncle Clyde tonight. Yeah, okay. I'll see you later, mate.
During the French Revolution, what was Marie Antoinette reputed to have said when she was told that the peasants had no bread? Let them eat cake.
Huh? 3 hours it took me to make that.
Well, that's not my fault. You shouldn't put things so close to the flipping door. What a stupid place. I can hardly be blamed for that, can I?
It's always the same with you.
What do you mean?
I mean it's always the same with you. First it was my domino rally. 4 days I spent painstakingly putting each domino in its place while you were having a long weekend at your Auntie Flora's. And what happened?
Go on, what happened?
You know very well what happened. You came back an hour earlier than you said you were going to be and kicked open the door. And wallop! 865 dominoes scattered all over the floor.
Ah, yes, well, I told you before I went it was a stupid place. It's so close to the door.
And what about my snooker table?
Now, you can't blame me for that. I told you before I went this room was too small for a snooker table.
I was standing over by the door, carefully aiming my shot. And who barged in through the door?
I don't know who.
You great oaf!
I'll great oaf you in a minute if you're not careful, mate.
My cue ripped halfway up the table, sending the white ball flying across the room towards the cat.
I told you you wouldn't get a snooker table in this room, but would you listen? No, because you know best, like normal. And what that poor cat suffered in terms of pain, but most of all embarrassment during surgery, we shall never know.
And now the latest destruction added to the list is my cake. 3 hours that took, and in 3 seconds it's gone.
Well, stop doing things so close to the flaming door then. It's your own fault. Anyway, I've got some news for you.
What news?
Did you want a drink?
Wouldn't mind a coffee.
Well, I wasn't going to bother, but if you're making one, I'll have tea, splash of milk, 2 sugars, thanks.
I'm glad you're here.
That makes a change.
I was going to say I'm glad you're here because you'll have to feed the cat later. I'm going to see my Uncle Clyde tonight.
I wouldn't bother if I were you.
Why not?
Well, have you heard from him lately?
No, but what's that got to do with it?
Well, maybe he doesn't want anyone round. I mean, if he wanted to see you, he would surely have contacted you, wouldn't he?
But I always go round to my Uncle Clyde's on a Thursday evening. He loves a good chat.
I don't think you'll get much out of him tonight.
Well, alright then. I'll go tomorrow.
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that's going to make a lot of difference.
Is there something you're not telling me?
Not telling you? No.
Then why don't you want me to go and see my Uncle Clyde? I love my Uncle Clyde.
Oh God. How do I say this gently without it being too much of a shock. Phil. Good old Phil.
What have you got to tell me?
There comes a time in every man's life when he must embark on a solitary journey alone. He does not know where he is going, but he must continue with his journey nevertheless.
What's wrong?
Quiet. It may be a happy place when man finally reaches his end destination, and there we shall all live in complete contentment as we look down on our loved ones, guiding them spiritually and waiting for them to join us when it is their turn for the journey.
What's happened?
Shh. Furthermore, what we must all remember is that this life is all too short for it to be wasted. Make sure you laugh while you can. Brighten up people's days with a smile, and never ever be hurtful or insensitive towards others.
What's happened to my Uncle Clyde?
He's died!
Died?
I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to come out like that. There was another paragraph before I got to my little rhyme explaining it all.
What rhyme?
Your Uncle Clyde has now defied the laws of gravity. He's floated up into the sky. He snuffed it, believe you me.
Oh, well, that was very considerate. Thanks very much.
Oh, don't mention it.
He was the only family I had left. He used to like it when I went round to see him every week. I'm going to miss him very much. Nothing will be able to replace him.
You're the sole beneficiary.
Fantastic! I get his house. Now I think I'll have royal blue wallpaper in the main bedroom. That will look very nice set against a nice oak four-poster. And as for the lounge, I do believe that...
Hang on a minute.
What?
Hang on a minute.
What?
It's not been a minute yet.
Oh, well, in that case, back to the lounge. I think a dark green leather three-piece suite would look most charming next to the open fireplace. Although I'll have to get a new rug. I've seen the sorts of stuff his dog used to do on that old one.
Oh, hang on a cotton-picking, memory-fading, furniture-installing dog whoopsie minute. What happened to nothing being able to replace him?
It's not replacing him, but I have to say it helped. Now, if you don't mind, I have some house keys to collect.
He's a sensitive buffoon, really. 1, 2, 3.
Uncle Clyde! He's gone!
Well, I'd better go with him, I suppose. But I'm not going without my tea. I've waited all day for that. Uncle Clyde isn't going anywhere. He can wait. He's not even made it. He's hopeless. But I haven't got time to make it properly. I better have a quick one. So what do you say then?
Who?
Uncle Clyde, the solicitor. Who do you think it pillaged?
What are you asking me for? You were there as well.
Yeah, but I got bored. Just switched off. You know what I'm like when there's people just yakking on about a load of drivel.
That load of drivel, as you put it, happens to be my uncle.
But he's gone now, life goes on. Well, you only saw him once a week anyway. It's not like he's immediate family.
May I remind you about Frederick?
You leave my hamster out of this.
2 weeks you were moping about over that rotten hamster.
He's not a rotten hamster.
Yes, it was.
No, he's a he, I'll have you know, not an it. I love that hamster. He wasn't rotten at all. I didn't mean to hoover him up.
It's such a shame he's gone. We got on so well.
Those little whiskers.
I'm not on about that hamster. I'm talking about Uncle Clyde.
What's that DVD?
You were there, look at it.
Yeah, I switched off. Just tell me what it is already.
The solicitor gave it to me. It's Uncle Clyde's video message to me. He had it made in the event of his death.
I'll give it here, that's brilliant.
You can't play it in the pub.
Why not?
There's going to be personal stuff on there.
How well exactly did you two get on?
I hope you're not imagining anything vulgar in that horrible little mind of yours. All I'm saying is that it's a private affair.
I knew it.
I meant it's private and personal stuff that should be kept within the family.
Can I watch it?
No.
Go on, let me.
No! I should be the only person to watch it.
Has he been buried or cremated?
I don't know yet. The solicitor said it's all on the DVD. And then he laughed.
Huh? What do you mean he laughed?
I don't know. He just sort of laughed.
Seems a bit weird.
But you'd know everything there is to know about weird, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. I know you, don't I? Why don't you play the DVD when you go home?
I don't know if I can.
Look, I know you both got on really well, but you need to move on. It's no good for you going around with a face like a slapped backside. It makes everybody want to do themselves in. Cheer up. Live each day like it's your last. One day you'll be right. Think of Uncle Clyde. He had a good life, didn't he? Right up until the end.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, right until he died, anyway.
You've been doing so well.
Oh, you know me. I can't help but ruin anything nice. I don't think before I speak, do I?
You don't think at all. Just because you have no feelings, it doesn't mean everyone else has a piece of slate for a heart.
It's a stone, actually.
Whatever it is, Mr. Brain Bypass, you need to learn to be more sympathetic.
I'll stop going on, you sound like an old woman. If he actually acted like this when Uncle Clyde was alive, I should imagine he's glad he's kicked the bucket.
We got on really well!
So you keep saying.
And there you go again, reminding me of it all.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Come on, throw some darts, that'll cheer you up.
Why? Can I throw them at you?
No, you cannot. You can throw them at the board. Come on. $20, good shot. That's 40, nice one. Are you feeling alright now?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now. I think I'm coming to terms with it now. I'll be okay. It's just that initial shock. I'm fine now, honestly.
Good. 20, 40 and 5, 65.
Oh, that's how old Uncle Clyde was!
Well, press play then.
Go away then. I want this moment to be a private between my beloved uncle and me.
But I want to see the warm words he wants to exchange with you. After all, you got on really, really well, and I just want to experience that with you.
I was the only person he ever liked. He didn't like anybody else. He only liked me. Now go away.
You're rotten spoil sport. Fine, I'm going.
You better not be listening.
No fear. I've got better things to do than listen to that rubbish. You can enjoy his kind words by yourself.
Uncle. Why did you have to die?
Now, before we start, let's get one thing straight. I've never liked you.
Will you go away? He doesn't mean it. He was ill at the time.
And let me assure you that when I made this, I was completely of sound body and mind.
Priceless.
Will you go away?
Don't worry, I'm going. That'll keep me entertained for a good few hours at least. All this time he never even liked you. Oh my God, I'm going out. See you later. Never even liked you. Absolutely priceless.
It's okay, Uncle. I forgive you. You didn't know what you were saying.
I know exactly what I'm saying, so don't think I don't. I'm not lying. The truth of the matter is, you are a fat, idle, unappreciative, lazy, selfish, ungrateful, imposing, boring so-and-so, and I don't like you, and never have done. You come round every Thursday, eating me out of house and home. Did you actually think I liked talking to you? If you did, then you must have a screw loose. Talk about boring. I've never met anyone with less interesting things to say. I suppose you're sitting there now, watching this with your big mouth gaped open. But it makes a change for it not to be stuffing my cake, that's all I can say. However, you are my only family left, and for that, I love you. But I still don't like you. You are the sole beneficiary of my estate. I didn't have a lot of money. But I did own my own house, which I leave to you. But on one condition, which I will tell you about later. As for my funeral arrangements, you no doubt have wondered whether I want a burial or a cremation. And here's what I've decided.
Oh, God! Evening.
Evening. What the hell is that?
That's Uncle Clyde.
I know it's Uncle Clyde. What's he doing sat on the sofa?
He's sitting there. What else do you do on a sofa?
Look here, you leave the corny jokes to me if you don't mind, but this isn't the time for them anyway. I've just come home to find your recently deceased uncle has been attacked by an amateur taxidermist, now moved in with us with a look in his face and he's going to spring to life any minute and strangle us both to death. Now what the hell is he doing on the sofa?
It was a condition in his will.
What condition?
So that we get the house.
What? What do you mean?
Why are you shaking me?
I don't know anymore.
Thank God for that. I thought you were going to kill me.
Well, it's either him or me.
He's not that bad.
Not that bad? Look at him. He looks like something out of Chamber of Horrors.
Sit down. I'll tell you about the DVD.
On second thoughts, I will sit here. Now, what about that DVD?
You didn't want to be buried or cremated.
I can see that, but what I didn't expect to see when I come home was your dead uncle stuffed and sat on the sofa.
Well, I'm sorry, but if I didn't get him stuffed, we wouldn't have got his house.
Then why didn't you just get him stuffed and throw him away?
Because the condition on getting his house was he has to live with us.
Well, he doesn't know, does he? He's dead.
Well, you've seen his face. Would you lie to him?
Why did he make him living with us a condition in the will?
He said he wanted to impose upon me as much as I've imposed upon him over the years in order to get his house. We have to live with him like he was still alive.
Well, so much for yours and his magnificent relationship. He must have really hated you, and I must say that at this moment in time, I know how he's feeling.
It's not my fault. I thought he liked me.
Well, he didn't.
I know!
Phil. Good old Phil. You cannot seriously be telling me that we have to live with your dead stuffed uncle.
I'm afraid we do.
No, hang on, just listen to me. Listen to what I'm actually saying. We,
Yes.
that is you and me,
Yes.
are going to be living with your dead, and I repeat dead, stuffed Uncle Clyde. That's him. And your dead, and I repeat dead, Uncle Clyde has worryingly been stuffed and has been made to look like a deranged lunatic.
That's right. That way we get his house.
Oh, don't you see anything peculiar with living with that? Look at him.
I've seen him.
Phil, look at him. Just imagine you bring a bird back here.
No, that's not fair. You know I don't have much luck in that department.
Well, neither do I, but we get a lot less with Jack the Ripper's older brother glaring at us. I mean, you can just see it. You bring home your date for the night. You have a little kiss in the hall before you enter the lounge. She takes off her coat. You take off yours. You lead her over to the sofa where you both sit down. She slips her shoes off. You close your eyes and lean in for a kiss. She closes her eyes and leans in to accept it. You kiss. All is well.
She opens her eyes to stare longingly into yours. And voila! King of Clyde staring right back at her. Well, that'll be the last you see of her, mate, don't you worry.
I don't care what you say. I want that house.
Well, I'm not sure I want it as much as all that.
Let me remind you that you live with me. When I get that house, I'll be selling this one. And then you'll have nowhere to live. So do you want a home or don't you?
Well, yes, but...
No buts. Now that's the end of the matter. I'm not exactly happy about it either. He has to live with us so that I get his house. Then so be it. That is what we will do. Now go and lay the table for dinner. 3 places.
3 places? Oh, no. You can't be serious.
3 places.
Look, it's no good. I can't eat this while he's in the room with us, especially the stuffing.
Well, it's not bothering me.
Nothing bothers you when it comes to food, but it's bothering me.
Well, he probably feels the same staring at your ugly mug.
Well, why doesn't he go and eat in the other room then? What am I saying? He's not even alive.
If it's bothering you that much, why don't you go and eat in the other room?
This is ridiculous.
Uncle Clyde lives here now. The sooner you get used to it, the better.
Oh, I hope his stuffing falls out. That's it, I'm going to bed.
Why? What's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong? The horror film just jumped out the telly, that's what's wrong.
Well,
I'm going to bed. Good night.
well, what about Uncle Clyde?
What about him?
Well, where's he going to sleep?
Well, he's not sleeping with me, I can tell you that.
Well, he's got to sleep somewhere.
It's your house. It's your uncle. It's your rule. You have him. Good night. He's flipped. He's well and truly flipped. I mean, think about it. Just think about it. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's living with his dead uncle. And he's making me go along with it. Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to have a decent night's sleep, I can tell you that for sure. Although he doesn't seem too bothered about his lunatic uncle. So I expect he'll be sleeping peacefully. Well, I know I will.
Morning.
Good morning. Have a good night's sleep, did you?
Fine, thank you.
You weren't kept awake at all then?
Not one bit. I don't know what your problem is with him. I really don't.
So it wasn't you I saw sneaking back upstairs with your duvet at 6 o'clock then?
I had a hole in it. I was just sewing it up.
Do you always do your sewing lying down on the sofa? Asleep?
Never mind all that. Where are you going?
I'm going for a paper.
Take Uncle Clyde with you.
For Christ's sake, you can't expect me to walk down the street with your dead uncle.
We have to act as if he's alive.
Well,
you know that.
If he was here right now, I reckon I'd punch him in the face. Where is he?
You're not going to punch anybody in the face. If you're going for a paper, then take him with you. He's left that gate open. I'll have to go and close it, otherwise I'll have next door's dog in here doing his unmentionables. I can't believe you chucked my uncle in the bin.
I'll stop going on about it.
What do you mean stop going on about it? You threw my uncle in the bin.
Look, he's dead. He doesn't know what's happening to him, does he?
That's not the point.
Let me finish, please. He has put this stupid condition in his will so that you get his house. Do you really need this house? I mean, really need it. You own this house. This house is perfectly nice. What's wrong with it?
You're in it.
And I'll be in the next one too if you ever get it.
I wouldn't be so sure of that if you carry on as you are.
Don't threaten me. We used to get on all right. It's only since he's turned up that this has all gone sour.
I actually quite like having him around.
Well, you'll meet him again soon, I'm sure.
How do you figure that out?
But I'm going to kill you if you don't stop it.
All I said was, please refrain from dumping my uncle in the wheelie bin. He has to live with us until we get his house.
And how long will that be? I'm sorry, what?
A year.
A year? I'm not living with that for a whole year.
Well, then you'll just have to move out, won't you? I intend to get his house, with you or without you. All you have to do is treat him like you would me.
Fine. I hate you. Have you got one spare?
You don't smoke?
I don't know, but he does. Or did.
What? So no more wheelie bins?
No more wheelie bins.
You said no more wheelie bins!
Well, he was looking at me funny. What was I meant to do?
What do you mean he's looking at you funny? He's only got one look on him!
Yes, and you have to admit it's a bit of a funny one.
Well, couldn't you have turned him round or something, or even left the room?
Well, that's the difference between alive people and dead people, Phil. If they don't like the way you look at them, they usually pick up on it. But Killer Clyde, on the other hand, looks like he's about to jump back to life and hack you to death.
Oh, stop being so melodramatic.
Well, excuse me. I'm not used to associating with the dead. I don't mind going down the graveyards and paying my respect once a month, but this is ridiculous.
Even so, no more wheelie bins.
Okay, okay. No more wheelie bins.
Hey, be careful.
But what a stupid place to put him.
I'd better check. It's collection day today. Knowing him, he's probably shoved them down good and proper this time.
It's either him or me.
Get out!
You know what? I think I'm actually getting used to having him around.
Really?
Yeah, honestly. He's not that bad when you think about it. I still think it's a bit unusual, I'll admit. But you kind of miss him now when he's not around. Besides, he does have his uses too.
Oh yeah? Like what?
I'll get it. Who is it?
We're Jehovah's Witnesses! We've come to talk to you about our faith!
Hang on a minute. Come in.
Where are you going with Uncle Clyde?
You'll see.
Yes!
Oh, good.
What do you want?
Thanks, bees. Uh-oh.
What the?
Cup of tea? Have you had a good day?
Oh, it was an accident. I didn't mean to throw a bucket of water over him. He was just sunbathing in the wrong spot, that's all. There was a bee. You know I hate bees.
He could have got pneumonia.
He's dead. He can't catch anything.
He's still my uncle and you chucked a bucket of water on him.
Well, I think I did him a favour. He was starting to smell a bit.
That's because you keep chucking him in the bin.
Oh, come on, Phil. He's too creepy. We can't keep him here. We just can't.
He isn't that creepy and he's staying. He doesn't scare me one bit.
Well, that's it then. I've had enough. I'm leaving.
And to think I bought you this cake to say sorry.
Me and Clyde are fine by ourselves. Good riddance to you. He doesn't scare me at all. Hello, Uncle Clyde.